So I've met almost all of you here. I've been your trainer. I've ever seen you performance, and I think this is a chance when you show to everyone in the here that you already made yourself better than before. That's what SMA was saying, making you better you. It's for you. It's not for everyone to see. It's for you to achieve another achievement that you can, and to show everyone that you can actually do it. And that's what we say when we ring the bell. What do we say? That was easy. That was easy. At the end, you can conquer it all. Thank you, everyone. Good luck.
And now it is the time for the written post test. You will be given a few questions to test your knowledge about the theories of public speaking. Don't worry, the question is fairly easy. The materials for these questions is all about the info sessions in the class. So if you pay attention inside the class, you won't have a lot of difficulties to answer. So ladies and gentlemen, please, participants, please follow Miss Hertina to step outside and take the test. Good luck, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, so as now our friends are having their first test, I would like to invite Miss Cecilia to give the opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cecilia.
Thank you. Selamat pagi Bapak Mama. Terima kasih hari ini telah hadir untuk anak-anaknya dan terima kasih untuk pengetahuan bagi tempat-tempatnya. Saya masih ingat saya belajar dulu ya kalau sama belajar London. Di sini Bapak Mama ada yang dari ada ya. Saya masih ingat pertama kali saya belajar bahasa Inggris. Dan itu saya ingat saya les. Saya tidak suka sekali Mandarin. Sehingga setiap kali orang tua saya menyuruh saya pergi, 1001 alasan saya sakit lah, kepala sakit lah, demam lah, gak suka. Sehingga ketika saya belajar masuk, saya ditanya oleh orang. Cecil, kamu masih mau gak? Kemudian apa jawaban saya? Tidak, ya. Tidak, udah gak mau, susah, saya gak suka. Sehingga di saat itu saya berhenti belajar bahasa Inggris. Sehingga sampai sekarang saya tidak bisa bahasa Mandarin. Saya hanya bisa wo, mi, wo ya, wo ai ni, ai wo itu saja. Dan sebatas itu saja. Dan ketika saya sudah dewasa, saya diberikan banyak opportunity, yaitu saya bisa menjadi MC. MC-nya apa? MC berbahasa Mandarin. Saya pun mau tidak mau menolak. Karena saya tidak bisa berbahasa Mandarin. Nah, ketika saya kecil, saya belum sadar seberapa penting sudah bahasa ini yang perlu saya pelajari. Ini sama halnya dengan cerita salah satu orang dari budaya kita. Kalau selamat pagi, teman-teman. Kemarin saya pernah bertemu dengan salah satu orang. Ceritanya pas ada ilset. Jadi dari mamanya bercerita, Miss, anak saya, Vanessa, saya nyesal sekali.
Yes.
Yeah, you can join over there. Saya nyesel sekali ketika dia SD kelas 5, saya ajak untuk les di SMA dan dia bilang dia menolak. Saya bilang oke. Satu. Kelas 6 saya tanya lagi, dia bilang tidak. Terakhir, kelas SMP saya bilang, Vanessa, kamu sudah SMP. Mama tahu kalau SMP tidak mudah ya, kalau mama ya. Disuruh pidato di depan Pak Guru itu dekat ya. Tapi, you don't have a choice. Kamu harus. Mamanya pun bercerita, saya masih ingat pertemuan pertama, kedua, ketiga, setiap pulang les, Vanessa pelajaran itu akan cemburu. Dia akan melihat saya dengan ujung. Dan dia akan bilang, Mama, I don't want. Saya gak mau lagi. Gitu. Tapi saya bilang, Vanessa, kamu harus. Di SMP 3, di masa-masa itu, barulah Vanessa mengikuti satu pertukaran pelajar ke Singapura. Dari banyaknya murid-murid yang masuk, dari sekolah yang dikirimkan 50 anak, hanya Vanessa. Kenapa? Makanya sih. Iya, karena setelah dia ujian dan tes dilalui, disuruh untuk itu. Vanessa hanya satu-satunya. Ketika interview, itu bisa saya kan yang di sini, saya tanya Vanessa, kalau selesai COVID, how are you? You feel your hands cold? Ini nggak tanya. Enggak mama, it's easy for. Sombong bener, sombong. Dan di sana saya tanya anak saya, so Vanessa, ketika mama kasih kamu belajar SMA-1, kamu nyesel nggak? Enggak mama. No, I learned more. Dan di sana lah, anaknya baru belajar. Kenapa? Apa yang dilakukan secara sulit? Silakan dulu. Dan di masa itu, ketika preparation sekolah ke Singapura, Vanessa baru mengerti, oke, this is important. Dan dia mengejar dari menjadi rektor selama 1 tahun ya preparation sekolah ke Singapura. Selama itu dia mengejar naik 3 kali. Dan itu one of achievement yang kami rasa ya tidak pernah terjadi 3 kali lebih. Dan dia berangkat ke Singapura dengan kondisi setara dengan SMA 1 dan juga telah mencapai level general ya. Nah, lama-lama apa sih yang sebenarnya ingin saya? Ada kita ingin membuat anak-anak itu semua orang, semua parents mau. Tapi kadang ketika anak-anak ini disuruh untuk mereka akan selalu memilih comfort daripada dan ini hal umum. Kita ketika anak-anak saja, bayangkan kita disuruh maju kelas management pidato, menyenangkan sekali kan rasanya. Saya masih ingat pertama kali saya pidato, saya dipercayakan oleh sekolah saya ikut lomba pidato ya. Kepala sekolah saya memilih saya ikut. Saya latihan 3 bulan sampai ke atas panggung ujian pidatonya. Kepala sekolah duduk di depannya waktu di sekolah. Saya masih ingat pidatonya begitu. Saya hanya berbicara selamat pagi ladies, nama saya ya, kemudian saya mulai itu pengalaman pertama saya mengikuti menyeram. Selesai pidato gimana? Saya nangis. Tapi itulah fase di mana saya belajar. Kenapa ya? Ini kok susah sekali ya? Kenapa berbicara di depan itu susah? Padahal saya kalau disuruh berbicara sama teman saya, cerewetnya luar biasa. Nah, di sana saya tertarik untuk mendalami anak-anak ketika disuruh untuk memilih, dia akan selalu karena memang itu adalah sifat anak. Tapi ketika kita challenge untuk mereka dulu, itu akan susah. Jadi masa yang susah ini anak-anak minta untuk, aduh mama saya tidak suka, saya susah sekali mau tidak. Disinilah kita minta bantuan mama bareng-bareng. Kita memberikan motivasi dan perspektif bahwa saya hal ini memang benefitnya akan ketika memang sudah diminta oleh sosial untuk harus bisa bersosialisasi, harus bisa percaya diri, maka dia sudah. Dan itu membutuhkan ada anak yang ketika dia sudah berubah, dan dia bisa dengan cepat belajar. Ada anak yang 6 bulan, 7 bulan sudah bisa naik. Tapi ada juga anak yang hanya bisa naik dari sekitar 2 tahun. Dan itu fine. Mereka masih punya waktu, mereka masih punya pengalaman, dan itu merupakan awal mula dari growth. Jadi dari awal pengalaman, terima kasih telah mempercayakan kita peduli dengan perkembangan setiap anak. Mereka memberikan setiap anak yang kumpul atau wali kelas. Wali kelas ya, kalau meeting sama kita, dia udah ready. Kita tanya, Miss, ini kenapa ya belum naik ke stage? Wali kelasnya lah yang naik semua ini beda-beda ya. Tapi memang wali kelas ini fungsinya adalah untuk melihat dan melihat progres anak. Tapi anak-anak itu memang untuk mereka bisa naik ke stage, mereka harus menyelesaikan 8 speaking project, 8 kali pidato di dalam. Dan setelah itu, ketika diminta naik ke stage, itu pun masih lebih dekat. Gimana ya, hari ini ujian gimana ya? Dan percayalah, mereka bukan dekatkan karena jenis. Mereka dekatkan karena diminta pidato. Dan kami telah melihat anak-anak itu selalu dalam bukan kita yang mereka melihat makanya ekspresinya. Di sanalah kita minta bantuan. Hari ini banyak sekali anak-anak mungkin mereka belum baca, tapi kita apresiasi kebenarannya untuk hadir latihan itu dulu. Dan itu dulu tapi nanti semenjak mereka belajar, mereka sudah lebih tinggi, sudah lebih jago, ekspektasi kita juga lebih bagus. Hari ini kita ada satu anak-anak general yang akan naik ke stage, dia akan mengevaluasi, memberikan masukan buat kesertaan. Dan itu ekspektasi kita sudah habis. Jadi hari ini apa yang kita minta bantuan memberikan dukungan kepada anak-anaknya agar mereka yang takut ya bisa semakin berani. Itu yang kita minta. Kita juga ingin mengingatkan kita ada kasus teknologi setiap 1 tahun. Itu adalah kesempatan untuk bisa trainer yang langsung berbincang dengan teman-teman kita, dan jika ada request ada hal kita boleh bertemu. Nanti yang paling dekat kita ada competition untuk anak-anak paling kenal ya udah dekat ya. Dan di sana anak-anak itu akan melatih diri untuk lebih berani naik ke panggung yang lebih besar. Mereka akan mulai dari hasil. Akan ada kompetisi nanti dari rasa pas kita panggungkan lagi ke tempat yang lebih. Nanti competition untuk finalnya kita juga silakan. Ya. Nah, sekali lagi terima kasih teman-teman. Nah ini anak-anak sudah belajar how's the test? Is it easy? No, not easy. Yeah? Is it easy, Brayden? Not easy. Silakan have a seat. How's the exam? Good. Easy? No, not easy. Okay. I thought you guys were going to say easy. If you guys say easy, I will let you know easy. Okay. So, thank you teman-teman telah hadir. Ya, kita mulai dari stage hari ini. Dan kita berikan boleh teman-teman saya undang untuk berikan tepuk tangan. Terima kasih. Kita kembalikan ke
Right, thank you, Miss Cecilia. So the message that Miss Cecilia want to bring is that we need to get out from our comfort zone. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for giving your best in the class just now. I believe that you did really well. So now it is the time to start explaining the rules of the real stage. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, it is necessary for all of you to put your phones on silent mode throughout the whole session, so the speakers won't face any disturbance and speak smoothly. Second, during a speaker's speech, it will be highly appreciated if you don't enter or exit the room. Doing so it may distract the speakers. Also, littering is also prohibited inside this room. Lastly, at the end of each speech, speakers will receive feedbacks from the trainers and the judges. So if you guys have any kind of comments or feedbacks, you guys can scan this QR code or enter this link to give our friends any feedbacks. Now I will continue explaining about the time limits. Privates can deliver any speech for 5 to 7 minutes with a topic of their choice. In 5 minutes, the timer will turn on the green light. In 6 minutes, the timer is going to turn on the yellow light. And in 7 minutes, we are going to turn on the red light. Then you are going to have 30 more seconds to finish your speech before you get disqualified. Surgeons can deliver any speech with the usage of PowerPoints, music, and property, or even mix of 3 of them for 5 to 7 minutes. 5 minutes, we are going to turn on the green light. 6 minutes, we are going to turn on the yellow light. And 7 minutes, we are going to turn on the red light. Then you are going to have 30 more seconds to complete your speech before you get disqualified. For lieutenant colonels, you can either become a seller or a moderator. If you choose to become a seller, you can deliver your speech for 8 to 10 minutes. 8 minutes, it is going to turn on the green light. 9 minutes, we are going to turn on the yellow light. And 10 minutes, we are going to turn on the red light. Then you're going to have 30 more seconds before you get disqualified. And if you choose to become a moderator, you will have time 10 to 15 minutes. In 10 minutes, we are going to turn on the green light. In 12 minutes and 30 seconds, we are going to turn on the yellow light. And in 15 minutes, we are going to turn on the red light. Then you are going to have 30 more seconds to finish your speech before you get disqualified. Colonels have the options to deliver a persuasive speech, a speech in front of a camera, or a stand-up comedy. All of these speeches are to be delivered for 5 to 7 minutes. In 5 minutes, you are going to turn on the green light. In 6 minutes, you are going to turn on the yellow light. And in 7 minutes, we are going to turn on the red light. All speakers will have 30 seconds grace period after the maximum time to finish your speech. However, if you go beyond these 30 seconds, your score will be affected. Also remember that after you deliver your speech, please ring the bell and say,
that was easy.
Alright, thank you everyone. Once again, a reminder for all participants to always pay attention to the time limit, just like all the speeches you did before this real stage. If the speech is too short, it won't be meaningful. But if it's too long, your attention might lose your audience might lose attention on you. Now, before we start this real stage, I would like to have 1 minute of silence. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for waiting. So our first speaker today will level up from private to sergeant. He is someone from the class of Obsidian, giving a speech titled Kindness. In a world where everyone is fighting a battle we cannot see, his speech reminds us that even the smallest act can make the biggest difference. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Gavin Wijaya. Hi Gavin.
Hi.
So Gavin Wijaya, kindness, Gavin Wijaya. Your time is 5 to 7 minutes. The stage is yours. Good luck.
Okay, does that mean I own the stage?
Yeah.
Okay, let's begin yet. Have you ever had a really bad day and then someone did something small that made you feel better? Maybe they shared with you. Maybe they helped you pick up your books when you fell. Or maybe they simply smiled and asked, "Are you okay?" At first, I thought it's just one small thing. It probably doesn't matter. But I learned something amazing. Even the smallest act of kindness can make a big difference. And today, I want to show you how small acts of kindness can change the world, starting right where we are. Think for a moment. Can you remember one time when someone was kind to you? How did it make you feel? Many people think kindness must be something big and special. They think you have to do something amazing, like donate a lot of money or save the day in a heroic way. But kindness does not have to be big. One day at school, I saw a classmate sitting alone during recess. Everyone else was playing in groups. I felt nervous, but I walked over and asked, "Do you want to play together?" He smiled. He said yes. We played and he was no longer alone. Another time, I helped a friend pick up rock paper. I thought, it's just a small thing. But then he smiled at me and said, "Thanks, you're a good friend." Even picking up a piece of trash in the playground or helping a teacher organize books, these are all small acts. These moments taught me kindness can be simple. Kindness can start with noticing someone who needs help. Kindness can start with a question, a small gesture, or even just a smile. Even these small acts can have a huge difference in someone's life. What surprised me most happened after that day. I saw the same classmate helping another student pick up books that had fallen on the floor. He was smiling. He looked more confident. He had learned from the kindness someone showed him. Another time, I held the door open for a younger student at school. The next day, I noticed that student helping someone else without being asked. Even if we don't see it, our small acts can keep moving forward, touching lives we may never know about. And it's not just at school. Even at home, simple acts matter. Helping a little sibling clean up a mess, complimenting your parents on their cooking, or offering to help with chores. These are all small acts that create happiness that spreads far beyond what we can see. The best thing about kindness is that anyone can do it. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be popular. You don't need to be perfect. Kindness only needs a willing heart. It can be as simple as saying thank you sincerely, offering help without being asked, listening when someone is upset, and sharing a smile with someone who looks sad. Even these small gestures can have a big impact. And the beautiful part is, do go. It can touch life in a way you can't even imagine. Think about this. What if everyone in your class did one kind thing every day? What would that feel like? Kindness is powerful because it doesn't just help others, it changes us too. It makes us happier, braver, and more caring. So the next time you think, what difference can I make? Remember this. You don't need to change the whole world. You just need to change someone's world. And sometimes that starts with one small act of kindness. Imagine a world where everyone did one act of kindness every day. A world where people help each other, smile at each other, and make each other feel valued. That world is possible. It starts with you, it starts with me, it starts with one small kind action. Because when kindness spreads, the world becomes a better place, one small act at a time. So today, I challenge you. Do one kind thing and watch how it grows. Thank you.
That
was easy.
Are you feeling nervous just now? No? I see. So, thank you, Gavin. And we would like to invite Miss Cecilia for giving her comments.
Okay.
Gavin, can you give any special?
Hi, Gavin. How are you?
I'm great.
You're great. Oh, finally I can see your smile. Yeah. Okay. I think David, kindness is definitely your strong attribute. Yeah. How you bring it today. This topic is a very huge topic, right? Everyone needs kindness nowadays, but you are able to show that kindness through perspective of a student, through your lens, which is a very, very smart thing to do and a very important thing. Bless you. Oh yeah, and thank you for closing your mouth. Yeah, and I love that you show example of what you do your own when you want to show kindness. Like you help your friends during recess, you accompany him or her, right? And then you help to pick their things up, and at the end of the day, it helps others to do the good things as well. Okay, I think that's a very smart choice of example, and this speech you have prepared really, really well. Is that right?
Yeah.
How long you practice for this?
More than 2 months.
Very good. Very good. And that's the spirit of a student that I like. Yeah? Because practice makes permanent. And through feedback, you can be perfect. Right? So good job, Gavin. What I want to see in the future, Gavin, is when you deliver your speech, remember to yes.
Exactly what I'm doing.
What?
Exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, right now.
No, I mean just now I also did it.
Oh, you did it? Okay, it was not noticeable enough. Yeah. So if I were you, I will smile wider. Oh.
They got so loud.
No, it's not a microphone. It's not a
This
microphone.
is not a microphone.
Yes.
This is a macrophone.
Correct. So next time, smile more like this. Huh? Your smile just look very handsome. So use it every time when you deliver your speech. Not like this, huh? It's not handsome. Yeah. Okay. Can you do that? Good.
Okay.
Okay. Good job. Let's give applause for this.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we start the next speaker, we would like to have 1 minute of silence. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker today will level up from private to sergeant. He comes from the class of Maxwell, sharing a speech titled My Experience. Through real moments, real mistakes, and real growth, this speech proves that our experience shape who we become. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me and let's welcome Modric Agusta Daruma. Modric Agusta Daruma, my experience, Modric Agusta Daruma. Your time is 5 to 7 minutes. Good luck. Yes, of course.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm gonna talk about my experience in life camp. So, to start off the day, I was just sleeping peacefully until my mom just dipped her hands with butter, then shove it in my face. Then I wake up and I say, why did you do that? But let's not talk about that. So I get ready. So when we are driving to the airport, my mom suddenly said, "Oh, I forgot my phone. We need to come back because my phone has our ticket." So we go back to take my mom's phone, then we go back to the airport. Then when we go there, we meet our trainee, which is gonna take care of us for the whole 6 days when we go there. So we said our final goodbye and hug each other and we take some photos. Then I wait at the gate waiting for my airplane to come and it finally comes so we could get in. So when we get in, I keep playing with my phone, but my friend keep saying to let's play puzzle. So he was really annoying, so I need to play puzzle with him to play him be quiet. So when we play puzzle, I was getting confused because it's like hard. The maze is hard, keep having dead ends. And when I let him do it, he just cheated and just right here and the finish. So when we land, we get to a bus and there's like things for your neck. So me and my friends keep throwing at them to each other. So to make not to be bored at the bus because we've been waiting like 2 hours for just waiting for other people which is coming to the bus. And at the bus we feel hungry so we tell our coach, can we go to the market? So the coach say yes. So we say what we want. The coach the coach go to the market and buy exactly the thing with one auntie. One auntie when they come back, I got good news. All of the thing that we want is free because the auntie buy it for us. So I was regretting why I only buy a drink like Milo, but not like buy chicken and rice, but not buy anything else. So after that, we arrive at the hotel and we meet we meet our other coaches. Then we go in, we introduce ourselves, and we begin the day, which is playing games, then learning what the game teaches you. Then we go back to our room and told us to shower. So when my friend was showering, I closed the light. So he like screamed very loud to me to open the light again. But I closed it for like 30 seconds to open it, then close it. After that, we go down, we do some games again, and then there's some other game that we like put in our head and go back the our behind, take the water and do the same thing again. So for the first round, I get soaked wet at the first time because my teammate wasn't that good. It get all of my shirt and pants and my shoes. So we keep playing until we get very wet. When the coach pass, I say Miss wanna hug. I don't. I say that because I want the trainee also become wet. And then we go relax, eat some snacks that the hotel give us. Then like we dry ourselves first, then we go back to our room to shower, to to shower, to maybe sleep because I normally sleep. At day 5, finally we get our phone back because at day 1 there's a game. Day 2 there's a game, right? We need to put our phones down to bed. But actually they just want to take our phone to focus more at the lesson. So now I remember to keep my phone at day 2 when I go bed. Um, at day 6, they announced the top house. So the top house was the house that get the medal. So actually, my team win and I got the medal. And then there's one more, which is best house. So not my team win, but group 3 win. And so they got assigned signature from someone. And then we go back to Medan, and at night I was just walking to search for my mom, but someone bumped into me, so I look back and suddenly that's my mom. Know each other, then we go back, then we go eat first because I haven't eat yet, and then we go back home and I cannot sleep because I'm moving. So that's all. Thank you.
Oh, well, this is quite a exciting trip, isn't it? Right. So, thank you for which. Now we would like to invite Miss Moody to give her comments on the speech.
Hi, moderate. How do you feel now? Nervous. Yeah, really. Okay. So, moderate, I really like your performance today. That you sharing your experience in the trip, and you also give a lot of details there. Even put some jokes in it that people are like smiling, even laughing. And I think it's a strong thing to keep improving because not everyone can make people laugh with this speech, right? And I like the way you always back to this people pose when you are do your hand gesture and back to this, doing your hand gesture and back to this. That's I like from your speech today that you memorize it well, and I think you prepare well and doing your best today. And in the future, I want to give you some suggestion to make you improve yourself more. Is you try to walk around the stage because just now you looks like you want to walk, but you hesitate to do so. You have a lot of energy in your foot and you can walk rather than doing that hesitating yourself to move. Okay, so next time just be brave and you own the stage, make it like you own. Okay, Maureen?
Okay, let me add something. Today you are being brave standing on the stage. I know it's nervous with all the parents over here, right? It's different in the class. But one thing I want to add for your performance. Next time when you deliver a speech, smile is good. I agree. But next time you deliver a speech, when you make and prepare a speech, think about what the audience can take home from the speech. And that should come as in a message for your audience, right? What the audience, when they listen to your speech, they can get and take home. Even before they sleep today, they can remember, oh, Modric reminds me of something, isn't it? Right? I thought when you do the speech today, you want to talk about, okay, how you love your mom and how your mom take care of you really well, right? Despite how she wake you up, right? Let's say for examples, okay? So you deliver one line of message, so it can help the audience to have something they can take. Do you get my point? Yeah? Okay, so I would love to see that in your next speech. Okay? Good job. Let's give applause for me.
Right. Modric, you can ring the bell.
That was easy.
Well, thank you, Modric, and thank you, Ms. Cecil and Ms. Muli, for the evaluation. Now we will have 1 minute of silence. Alright, thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have our third speaker. Our next speaker today will level up from private to sergeant from the class of Maxwell. She will deliver a speech titled Animal Testing. This speech challenges us to think deeply about science, ethics, and our responsibility towards other living beings. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Chloe Aurelia Tan. Chloe Aurelia Tan, animal testing, Chloe Aurelia Tan. Your time is 5 to 7 minutes. The stage is yours. Good luck.
Imagine living your entire life in a small cage. No sunlight, understanding why pain keeps on coming. This is the reality for millions of animals used in laboratories every year. Animal testing is often defended as a necessary sacrifice for human progress. But as society evolves, so should our moral standards. Today, I want to talk about why animal testing is unethical, scientifically flawed, and no longer necessary in the modern world. Animal testing is the practice of using animals such as mice, rats, rabbits, dogs, and others. They are used in experiments to test the safety of drugs, cosmetics, and household products, as well as to study diseases. They may be force-fed chemicals, injected with toxic substances, or even exposed to extreme heat. Many live in isolation, under constant stress, and some are eventually killed once the experiment ends. Although animal testing has been normalized for decades, normal does not always mean accepted. At the heart of this issue lies a moral question. Do humans have the right to harm animals for their own benefit? Animals can't speak, protest, or defend themselves. Yet scientists have proven that they as well experience pain, fear, anxiety, and even trauma. So when we knowingly cause sufferings to beings that are capable of feeling, we cross an ethical line. True progress isn't just shown by scientific achievement, but also by compassion. So if our society advances by ignoring cruelty, then it is not truly progressing. It is simply becoming more powerful without becoming more humane. Now, imagine if the roles were reversed. Imagine waking up in a cold, unfamiliar place, not understanding the language at all. Your body is restrained. You feel pain, but no one explains why. You are afraid, but your fear is ignored because it is inconvenient. If we do not ever want to accept this treatment for ourselves or for those we love, then one must be accepted for animals who feel pain just as real as ours. Many believe that animal testing is reliable and essential to our human safety. However, the truth is more complex because animals and humans have different organs, immune systems, and reactions to substances. So, as a result, substances that are safe in animals can cause severe side effects in humans. In fact, a large percentage of drugs that pass animal testing fail during human clinical trial. This study just show that animal testing is unethical, but it is also inefficient. Depending on unreliable method can delay medical breakthroughs and even put human lives at risk. One of the most important things that I want to point out in this case is that animal testing is no longer the only option. Today, scientists have used advanced alternatives such as human cell culture, computer model, and organ-on-chip technology. These methods can mimic human biology more accurately than any animal models ever could. Also, in fact, many countries have banned animal testing for cosmetics, showing that innovation and compassion can coexist. Um, uh, when cruelty is hidden behind laboratory drugs, it becomes easy to ignore. But choosing not to love does not erase the responsibility. Every product we support sends a message about our values. Questioning animal testing does not mean we are rejecting science. It means we are developing better science, science that respects life rather than exploit it. Some argue that animal testing has saved countless human lives. While this may have been true in the past, it does not justify that we should continue doing it when there are better alternatives. Others say that animals are less important than humans, but valuing a human life does not entirely value animal because compassion is not a limited resource. The way we treat the most vulnerable reflects our true character in society. So, if we wish to move forward, then we must ensure that progress no longer depends on fear. Thank you.
That was easy. Chloe, you may stand on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for Chloe. And we would like to invite Miss Cecilia to give her comments on Chloe.
Okay. Chloe, take a deep breath. I know it feels so nervous on the stage, right? Yeah, it's okay. This is your first real stage, correct? Right, yeah. But you know, one thing, Chloe, I think you blew my mind. What? You know why? Right? I think this speech is prepared really well with a very well chosen of phrase, and it's being delivered fluently with amazing accent. May I ask how long you have prepared for this speech?
2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay. And it's shown by the choice of words that you choose the speech. Okay? It's okay to feel nervous. It's normal. Yeah, it's okay to feel shy, but one thing, Chloe, take a deep breath. Okay, one thing. I want you to know that you have just successfully delivered a 5 minute speech, and you have given the essence of a public speaker, which is you give a voice for those who cannot speak. And that is an amazing thing that you choose today and deliver today. Okay? I want you to be very proud of yourself. And I know it's hard right now while on the stage, right? Take a deep breath. You've done amazingly well, more than my first time doing a speech, and it's okay. Okay? Maybe parents, can we give applause for I know it's so nervous right now. Okay, you can shake your hand, take a deep breath, yeah? I know it's not controllable, and it's okay, yeah? I just want you to know it's okay. Me too, on my first stage of competition, I also cry on stage. So don't worry about it, yeah? There's a lot of students who cry on stage. You're not the only one, okay? I just want you to remember, Chloe, that today you've done an amazing job, and you give a voice for those who cannot speak, and that are the things that you should keep forever and in the future. Okay? Today you're feeling nervous, it's fine, it's normal, it's humane, yeah. It will be questioning if you're not nervous, so it's okay. Yeah. But those nervous will reduce along with stage time. Jam terbang. Yeah. The more you do something, the easier it goes. Right? It's same with the first time we learn walking. Yang pertama kali kita belajar berjalan, seperti ketika kita bayi, itu kan susah ya. Kita jalan jatuh. But today we can run, we can join a sprint. It's normal. Yeah? It's the same things with public speaking. In the beginning, you feel nervous, you feel unwell, you feel these uncontrollable feelings, and it's fine. Okay, I want you to know it's okay and it's fine. But today, you've done amazingly, delivered a 5 minute speech, and that's not an easy task. Okay, you should feel proud of yourself after today's speech. Okay, Chloe, well done. Let's give another.
I truly agree with my first year stage. I was singing that Michelle song, and I traveled on stage and I almost fell. And when I tried to make everyone laugh, they just look at me like, and I was like, oh my god, I almost killed my pants. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Miss, for the evaluation. And now we will have 1 minute of silence. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker today will level from private to sergeant. He is from the class of Gates, presenting the speech title of Pollution. This speech reminds us that the choices we make today will shape the world we live in tomorrow. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's join me and let's welcome also Alpha. Ozone Aquarium, pollution, ozone aquarium.
Deforestation.
Deforestation, ozone aquarium, deforestation, ozone aquarium. Your time is 5 to 7 minutes. The stage is yours. Good luck.
Deforestation. If all of you guys may be asking like what is happening to our planet and what is happening, well, most of you guys don't realize what happened to this planet. Well, long time ago, global warming have already like long time ago before 21st century. Like what is global warming and what is global warming? Well, in this speech, I will tell you what's global warming. Well, I'll give you a few facts or factors about this global warming. Well, global warming can sometimes made by human, like mostly is deforestation. So I'm going to tell you the 3 or more facts about this deforestation. The first fact is, yeah, of course, the deforestation. Every second, hundreds of trees cut down just for human use. Like example, like human cut tree just for like this thing and that thing or make rubber. Yeah, just because of human needs. Like human don't think what is happening to our phones if we cut down. Well, if you see the factors, if we cut down, there will cause a lot of bad stuff. Like the temperature of our earth is getting hotter and hotter, and the animal will getting extinct. Two is the melting ice of the Antarctica. If you are standing right now, you won't realize what happened in the Arctic and Antarctica. Well, if you see in the Arctic and the Antarctica, well, every minute gallons of ice melt because of deforestation. Yeah, you're hearing right. The ice is melting. Well, even if you're on Antarctica or like somewhere in Antarctica, you won't realize the ice in Antarctica is melting. Why? Because Antarctica is still big. And Antarctica is still heavy. So we got a chances to stop cutting trees and plant some plants. And also, not only that, but there are few Antarctica animals like polar bear or penguin will going to extinct because usually the habitat was on ice or in Antarctica. But because of human do and they keep doing bad things and keep melting the ice, one day Antarctica ice will soon all will melt. Like you put ice into a water and because the temperature is so hot, the ice is melt and the animal have nowhere to live or sleep at. And they will tire and they will die, or you can call them as extinct. Well, the third factor is about extinction of animal. Well, not only in Antarctica animal will extinct, but if human will keep cutting trees, whole animal around the world will be going to extinct that live in the forest or the habitats that human destroy. Like example, the grassland. Usually grassland home to a lion or a zebra. But because human need to go, because human population is getting bigger, cut down, the animal have nowhere to live. Like just imagine you are on this world, but there's an alien. The alien is destroying the world. Now what are you going to live at? Space there is no place. So you can die at that moment because there's no place for living anymore. That also same as animal. So every time you see someone cut down tree, remember that can make a global warming, deforestation, and animal extinction. Not only can make animal extinction, but human will also feel the effect. Like you guys say, like, what's the effect for human? Well, you guys don't feel the effect. Well, I will explain it. If you guys see the sun or see the temperature on the earth every day, the temperature on our city weather is getting hotter and hotter because of a global warming. Yeah, global warming, especially Indonesian people that don't care that they are cutting woods and they don't care about this thing that they. So next time, if you want to cut some woods or deforest it, remember this word. Don't cut trees. Instead, plant some plants. Thank you.
We would like to invite Miss Muli to give the introduction for Olsen.
Hi, Olson. How do you feel now? Okay. Okay. So I really like the topic that you choose, which is not only the speech, it brings something in this speech, but it's informative and it's also spreading awareness for us as a human. Right? You are like a global warming activist. They want to defeat the bad people, right? To cutting the trees. And you even give us example. I like the way you let us think about, oh, what if you think you are a human and alien come? Right? It makes us reflect on it's happening there. Maybe it's not to us, but it impacts us in some ways. And your voice is clear through all the sessions. I like it that way, and you want to show that you are confident in stage. And if I can give you some suggestion to move forward, is also you can try to share more eye contact with the audience. Why to share eye contact? So the audience feel connected to you because you want them to be aware. This is important, right? So when you connect to them, they will feel, oh yeah, also look at me, is that me? So they can be more aware of themselves and their actions. Okay, also, let's give applause to Oscar. That was easy.
Now we would like to have 4 minutes of silence before we start to our next speaker.
Oke, one lagi. Boleh bebas nyanyi. Satu, dua. Oke, thank you.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, next is the fifth speaker. Our next speaker today will level up from private to sergeant. Coming from the class of Topaz, she will bring a speech titled Consistency. This speech shows us that success is not built overnight, but through small action done every single day. She will be evaluated by Lieutenant General Cheryl. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Annabelle Adriana. Annabelle Adriana, consistency, Annabelle Adriana. Your time is 5 to 7 minutes. The stage is yours. Good luck.
but slowly stop when it becomes difficult? Or have you ever promised yourself to study, to practice, to improve, but gave up after just days? In life, many people start strong, but very few stay consistent. We want fast success, we want quick results, we want improvement to happen immediately. But the truth is, real growth does not happen when we do something only once. Real growth happens when we do something over and over again, even when we don't feel like it. And that is the power of consistency. There was once a time I wanted to practice my English speaking skills. At the beginning, I was very motivated. I watched videos, I learned vocabularies, and I even started practice speaking. I was very excited and confident, but after just a few days, that excitement slowly disappeared. I felt tired. I felt bored. I told myself I'll continue it tomorrow. But that tomorrow turned into next week. And then that next week turned into never. As a result, I did not learn much. I was very disappointed. Not because I failed, but because I stopped trying. That made me realize something, that motivation can start things, but only consistency can finish them. And then I told myself an honest question. What was really the problem? The problem was not my ability. The problem was my lack of consistency. So I decided to change my approach. I did not plan something big. I did not make something difficult. I made one simple rule. Practice English for only 10 minutes every single day. Not an hour, not something difficult, just 10 minutes. Some days I was busy. Some days I felt tired. And some days I didn't feel motivated at all. But I still did those 10 minutes. And after just a few days, I noticed some difference. I can speak more fluently. I learn more vocabularies, and I'm not afraid of making mistakes anymore. All of this happened not because I made something once, but because I showed up every single day. That experience taught me an important lesson. That success is not about doing something big once. It is about doing something small many times. You don't have to study all night just to succeed. You don't have to practice all day just to improve. What matters most is to not stop trying. Because when we do something small every single day, that thing can become big eventually. One small effort might not seem important. Two small efforts might not seem important. But if you repeat them every single day, changes will begin to happen. Consistency is not only important in studies, but also in our daily life. If you want to become healthy, then short daily exercise matters more than one big workout. If you want to become a good friend, then small actions matters more than big words. And if you want to become successful, then daily efforts matters more than one big motivation. But some people wait until they feel motivated before they act. But motivation does not always stay. Some days you feel busy, some days you feel tired, and some days you feel like giving up. And that is where consistency becomes powerful. The difference between people who succeed and don't is simple. Some people quit just because it feels difficult. Some people quit just because it feels slow. But others keep going even though it's hard, even though it's very slow. And that is the power of consistency. Let me be honest with you. Consistency is not easy. If it was easy, then everyone can become successful. But one day you realize how far you've come. You notice that your confidence grew, your skills improved, and your fear becomes smaller. All of this happened not because you did something once, but because you repeated the same actions over and over again consistently. So keep trying even though things feel slow. Never stop doing things even when it's very difficult. And never give up when things are impossible for you. Just trust the process. So before I end this speech, let me give you one simple message. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the fastest. What matters most is to not stop trying. Keep improving, keep trying, and never give up on your dreams. Because One step done consistently can lead to big changes in our life. Thank you.
Well, congrats, Annabelle. It was a wonderful speech. Now we would like to now we would like to invite Lieutenant General Cheryl for her evaluation. Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant General Cheryl.
Wow, it was very wonderful because from the very beginning of her speech, she attracted, and I believe she also attracted everyone's attention. Because what? Opening is very powerful, and her opening is one of a very powerful example of opening. First one, she smiled, not just in the opening, but throughout all the sessions. Believe me, it is really simple. This smile, but that smile makes all the audience feel welcome, makes it very heartwarming, and it feels like the atmosphere is really great. It's smile. And not only that, as a private level student, she did a really great at stage mastery. She moved from one part of the stage to the other part of the stage. She used her body posture straight, hand gesture perfect, not too much, not too little. Every pressure that she put in her hand gestures is related to what she's talking about. That's the point. Because there's a lot of speakers, even she uses hand gestures, it's not related to what they're talking about. But she did it really well. And also, I like when she put a personal story in some examples that show the authenticity of her speech. And it makes us believe that that's how we should supposed to do, because we got a good example, which is the speaker. And a really good facial expression, smile, and also not smile but is in some important point of your speech, which is really great. It was really structured from the opening, from the main to body, and always share an example, which is really great because some audience, when you're talking about something, you don't show examples. They keep wondering, what can I do? And you give the answers by showing what they can do. And that's really great. And always related to the consistency, because consistency is the topic that you shared. And I feel like throughout the speech, you keep saying consistency, which is really great. The closing itself is really great, the message that you choose, because closing not always like saying thank you, but by giving a message, so that is what the audience can take home. And that's great. But something that I want you to improve in the future is just one simple thing, is to put more attention to the pace. Be a little bit slow in some part of the speech. It's okay. Because as an audience, we also need to really think about what you're talking. So give some space for the audience and for yourself to take a deep breath. Not too fast, not too slow, just perfect. Okay.
Thank you, Cheryl, for giving us the sharp evaluation. Now I would like to invite back Annabelle to the stage. And we would like to hear the evaluations from Miss Cecilia.
Thank you very much. Annabelle, I refuse to believe that you are a private student. Tell me the truth. Are you studying all that And this is your first real stage. Okay. It was a lovely performance, right? First, I love your outfit today. You are so posh, right? You look so professional. You choose this by yourself. Mom? Oh, Mom, amazing choice, yeah. That's awesome. And I love that you started with a very relevant questions. Like when you ask your questions, I was like, I also do that. Yeah, very So I love it. Yeah? And I also love your choice of words. Like example, success is not about making something big. It's doing small every time, and at the end of the day, that will make it big, right? So I love your choice of word. May I ask you how long you prepare for this? A month, yeah. I love that you have that energy to prepare in a month because it shows. It shows when you deliver today. It shows through your confidence in delivering the speech. It feels like a rehearsed speech. Yeah. What I want you to improve next time, Annabelle, this is more technical feedback, and I usually give this feedback for online and general. Okay, mind you. Today your performance is amazing. This is more technical feedback. Yeah. The first one is for the movement of your eye contact and your stage master. Just now, you have met the requirement of private, where you share your eye contact to everyone and you feel engaged full, you walk around the stage, you master the stage. For more higher level technicals, what it usually being used is when you move it with what Cheryl said, with pace. What do you mean by with pace? You move from a point to a point, then you stop, then you deliver it. Right? You look at someone's eye contact for 10 to 15 seconds, then you deliver your speech. Right? So you stop at a point, then you deliver some points before you move to another point of movement on the stage. Right? It's more technical, I know, but it will count with stage time. Because just now, when you move around the stage too much, people can feel your nervousness. Okay? When you move elegantly, points to points, it could be more posh inside. Okay? Another point is, I noticed you use an open hand gesture, which is very good. This is another technical point. I don't usually do it. I think I never do this in private. Okay? When you do your hand gesture, there's a technique to make it look more confident, which is to make sure your elbow are pointing upwards. I see you do a lot like this. So your elbow pointing inwards, right? Point it outwards. So when you open your hand gesture, you really take up the speech. And that is how you show that you're confident moving on the stage. You're brave to take up the space on the stage. Okay? So point your elbow when you move, point it upward instead of this. Okay? Those are small details that I believe can make your performance be more complete. Lovely performance, and I'm excited to see your next speech. Good job. Let's give applause.
Thank you. And now we would like to have 1 minute of silence. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, next is the sixth speaker. Our next speaker today will level up from private to sergeant. She represents the class of Obsidian with a speech titled The Power of Creativity. This speech inspires us to imagine, to innovate, and to see possibilities beyond limitation. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Valerie Legolas-Chen. Valerie Legolas-Chen, The Power of Creativity, The Power of Creativity. Valerie Legolas-Chen, your time is 5 to 7 minutes. Good luck.
Have you ever wanted to look something up or search something up on the internet just for fun, but then suddenly the entire hour passed? Well, that feeling, that urge of wanting to know more, to find the answer, is called curiosity. And today, I'll be telling you why curiosity is more important anything. Now, curiosity is asking yourself the question, why? How? And what if? Curiosity is asking yourself these questions and wanting to find the answer. Wanting to put time to find the answer. Wanting to research about it. Now, when we were little kids, we might have asked way too many questions to our parents. Why is the grass green? Why is the sky blue? Are witches real? Are zombies real? But then, as we grow older, something strange happens. We start asking less questions. Not because we're not curious anymore, but because we're scared, we're afraid, we're anxious about what people will think about our questions. We're scared that they will think that our questions are too simple. Our questions are too worthless. Our questions are not even worth answering. But remember this. Starting with one question. For example, Isaac Newton didn't find out about gravity because an apple fell on his head, but because he asked himself, why did the apple fall? How did the apple fall? What if this happened instead? Because of these questions, because he asked himself, because he wanted to find the answer, he found out about gravity. Not only Isaac Newton, Thomas Edison had to repeat his experiment more than 1,000 times. He kept going because he kept asking himself, what if I tried this instead? Why wouldn't it work? How about I change this instead? Because of that, we now have light bulbs in our houses. Because of that one question, we can actually see light without seeing the sun. Not only those two geniuses, but athletes, artists, pianists, speakers, students, trainers, teachers, all of us. We all ask ourselves questions to make ourselves better. What if I tried this instead? What if I did this? How can I make myself better? Questions can change normal people to extraordinary people. That's the power of curiosity. Now, let's talk about school. Most of us here, even though it's all parents, think that school is just about grades, homeworks, tests, friends, maybe even crushes. You never know. But we go to school every single day to learn, to explore, to make ourselves better every single day. And we can do that easily with curiosity, with motivation. Curiosity can help us make studying easier, faster, and of course make us more intelligent. With curiosity, we can change our mindset from I need to learn this, I have to learn this, to I want to learn this, I want to make myself better. Now, you might be saying, but in the future, curiosity won't be needed anymore. Since we have a lot of technology, lots of robots, maybe even more smart people. But remember this one thing, curiosity will always be needed. Curiosity will never be replaced. Because curiosity is from the human's mind, the human's feeling. Curiosity can help us enhance our skills, make ourselves to improve every single day, making ourselves feel competitive with others, competitive with yourself. Now, there might be a few questions coming around. How do we stay curious? Well, it's easy. There's 3 simple ways. First, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid of what people will think of you. Think of yourself. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Just remember, everything started with one question. Just imagine how much things you can do with just one question. Second, don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to fail. Failing is a human's best skill. Failing is what makes all of us human. Last but not least, research. Read, watch things that are beyond needed. Watch the news, read some articles, read research papers, watch documentaries, read some light novels, and more. Do things that most people will probably not do. Enhance your mind. Open your mind to more things. Now, remember this. Grades can give you a better future. Talents can give you opportunities. But curiosity can help you grow every single day. So every time you feel curious, don't ignore it. Ask the question, find the answer, and stay curious.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, now I am so curious about the judges' evaluation, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite Miss Mooney to give the evaluation.
That was breathtaking. I feel like, okay, what should I do? What should I do to make myself more courageous? Okay. I like the energy in your stage. You are really powerful. Like you are a really powerful speakers, Valerie, and I can really like mesmerized by your energy. And I think you can be a great public speaker later on if you keep improving yourself. And I also really like the structure of your speech. The opening is there, you straight to the point and not waiting the time to it. Can I? You just straight to the point. And then the body, it was full of information and also it has tips. But okay, I don't expect the part when you say, maybe you ask how to make yourself more curious, right? To make us, give us a tips how to do. And also, this topic is interesting because, yeah, as an adult myself, people expect a lot of adults here, we know everything. So we don't even ask anymore. Because, yeah, you're adults, you're supposed to know everything. But this makes me realize that, yeah, even adults need to ask questions, right? And the thing that maybe you can improve in the future, this is just a simple thing that can really make impact in your speech is, I like your hand gesture already, and you can try by using your palm, this kind of palm, the inner part, rather than doing it backwards, right? 3 things that I like from you, and 3 things that I like from you. Which one is better? Yeah, showing your palm to the audience, right? And then when you counting 1 thing, 2 things, and 3 things, you know, 1 thing, 2 things, right? This is really normal, but the moment you show it in front, you can be shown more confident, right? And it's more visible to audience. So it's not 1, 2, 3, but it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, Valerie? All of me? Good job.
Thank you, Ms. Lily. Now we will have 1 minute of silence before we continue to the next speaker. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now continuing to the 7th speaker. Our next speaker today will level up from private to sergeant. He represents the class of Auckland, bringing a speech titled Solar System. Get ready to travel beyond our planet and explore the wonders of space from a whole new perspective. Ladies and gentlemen, join me and let's welcome Shane Anthony Joseph. Shane Anthony Joseph, Solar System, Shane Anthony Joseph. Your time is 5 to 7 minutes. The stage is yours. Good luck.
Have you ever been curious about something that you make it your goal to explore it as much as possible? Well, back in second grade, I have learned about something that has made me fascinated with science itself and the wonders of it. And it's massive, stunning, and truly a miracle if you think about it. It's the solar system. Now, back then, people used to think that the sun revolves on the earth, but that was later debunked by a scientist called Nicholas Copernicus, who proposed one of the first models of the solar system, which consists of the sun being revolved by 8 planets. Now, the sun is the only star of the solar system, and it is in the center of the solar system and has a mass large enough to attract the objects around it, including planets and rocks. It also gives the fundamental tools for life on Earth, including natural lighting, natural heating, and photosynthesis to green plants. The closest planet to the Sun is Mercury. It is also the smallest planet in the solar system, and since it is the closest, it has the shortest revolution on the Sun, lasting for about 88 days, meaning 1 year is 3 months. Now, although Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system, this is due to the thick atmosphere that traps heat and doesn't let it escape. This also causes the rotation of Venus being the longest in the solar system, making one Venus day around 8 months. Now, let's go to our planet Earth, which is the only planet you can find life on, as it is in the habitable zone, meaning it's not too hot or too cold. Now, planet Earth is also where you can find a large magnetic field that protects itself from the sun rays. And it also has one moon, which was landed by Neil Armstrong back in 1969. Let's move on to Mars, which is also known as the Red Planet. It's currently being planned to be terraformed by humans if Earth ever leaves the habitable zone. But it will take a lot of time and money to get rid of Mars' thick atmosphere. And it also has 2 moons, but they are almost shaped like asteroids. Speaking of asteroids, defining Mars and Jupiter is the asteroid belt. It's a cluster of rocks which has a former dwarf planet series. Now, Jupiter is the largest planet, a gas giant that has a mass large enough to attract 95 moons around it, including Europa and Ganymede. Jupiter is also famous for its big red spot, which is larger than Earth and was a giant storm that has lasted for over hundreds of years. Now, although Jupiter has a lot of moons, Saturn holds the record for 200 plus moons, including Titan, which is theorized to have life on it, just like planet Earth. Now, Saturn is also famous for its gigantic rings, which are made of dust, rocks, and ice. Pulled by Saturn's ginormous gravitational pull, larger than Jupiter, even though it's smaller. The first ice giant is Uranus. Uranus is rotating backwards and has a sideways ring. This is due to a collision that knocked the planet over to its side and also knocked over the internal heat of Uranus to be reduced massively. This caused the planet to be the coldest one in the solar system. The last planet is Neptune. It resembles a blue marble, like the Earth without the land. Neptune is the furthest from the sun, meaning it has the longest evolution, with one Neptune year lasting for about 88 years. And it also has one of the most powerful winds in the solar system, reaching about 2,000 kilometers per hour. Now, the second asteroid cluster is the Kuiper belt. The Kuiper belt is almost 10 times larger than asteroid belt and has the former planet Pluto in it, which used to be the coldest and smallest in the solar system, but it was later demoted to a dwarf planet by NASA due to its tiny size. Now, like I've mentioned, I've been fascinated with the solar system since second grade, from one of the posters in the classroom. But this isn't just about science. It teaches us about friendship too. As the larger we have from a friend, the closer the bond will be. So yeah, physics brings us closer, literally. That's it for me. Thank you.
That was easy.
Wow, congratulations. And now we would like to invite Miss Cecilia for her evaluation.
Hi, Shane.
How are you feeling? Okay, good. I love your outfit today. You look so well dressed, right? Such as a speaker should be. And I also like that you share about something you're so passionate about. Right? You are so passionate about the solar system. When I read the title, my brain didn't suddenly go to solar system starting planet. I thought you were gonna sell solar panels. So I was like, what? They're all okay, solar system. Nice. Yeah. So it's a very good choice of topic because this is something you're passionate about. The challenge of doing informative speech, just now what you bring informative speech, is how to make it engage full with the audience, right? This is something we're passionate, but not truly all the audience will passionate about this topic, right? Now, which I think in the future, you can add more engagement with the audience. You can give quiz, you can make it fun, so the audience attention keep going back to you and you with the content of your speech. But I'm really amazed with how you actually look nervous, but you're able to complete the whole really well, right? I keep saying your eye contact keep going to the ceiling again and again. Just remember to bring it down to your audience, right? Because you want them to engage with you, and that you can do with more eye contact. Okay? So today, this is your first world stage, right? Really? I think you done really well. You have conquered the stage, and you conquered the speech. You even been very brave standing here, and it's not easy. I know. Yeah, so you've done amazing. Big proud. Okay, big. Good job. Let's give a applause.
Yeah, and thank you, Shane, for explaining us the solar system. Now we would like to have a moment of silence before we continue to the eighth speaker.
Oh, it's gonna speak this business.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, next is our eighth speaker. Our next speaker today will level up from private to sergeant. He represents the class of Clinton, presenting a speech titled, Don't Be Afraid to Change. This speech reminds us that growth begins the moment we step out of our comfort zone. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Silvario Sodijo. Silvario Sodijo, don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to change. Silvario Sodijo. Your time is 5 to 7 minutes. The stage is yours. Be the change you want to see in this world. Of course, this quote by Mahatma Gandhi has changed many people's lives. Of course, the meaning can vary among different people. Some people might say this, some people might say that. But one thing for sure, all leads up to one goal of how to be the change you want to see in this world. You have to change yourself. So in this speech today, I will be talking about how I interpret this quote. I have heard people say, and they said that they have thought and dreamt of ways they could change their world with solutions, equations that could really benefit their world. But instead, they stayed silent. They were scared that, oh, maybe if I did this, it could be wrong. Like example, maybe since everyone here has obviously gone to school, imagine you're doing a math question. You're thinking, wait, I know the way, but what if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong? What if I did change this answer? It could end up for the worse. That is like how, of course, I was one of these people. That's why I failed some of my math quizzes even. I used to think, wait, what if I don't change it? It still might be correct. But don't be afraid to change. So in this page, I'll be talking about two stories. One from my personal story, and one from another person's story. There once was an arrogant man. He used to think, wow, I was the best. I am the best. He saw every little solution, every little problem. Instead of fixing the problem, he made it into a bigger problem. When people hear his name, they don't think of discipline. They don't think of respect. They don't think of the word of humble. After many years, he saw it in shambles. He saw that he was hurting his friends and family. He saw that he knew he could change, but he didn't. Why? Because he was still scared that if he did change, what if it did go up for the worse? So he tried to change. It was a long process. Why? Because change isn't the end goal. Change is the process. After many long years, he became one of the most humble person I've ever seen. He was kind. People thought, wow, he isn't arrogant anymore. Now when people hear his name, they don't think of arrogance anymore. They think of a man who is humble. They think of a man who is kind. Not for this story, it'll be from my own personal experience. When I was 12 years old, I joined this karate class because my mom and dad forced me to join it, right? I used to think it was dumb, it was embarrassing. People saw that karate was weak. Like really, who really wants to see a kid do this the whole time, right? So I was thought about that too. I even played around. I even joked with my friends during class. Then one day my teacher pulled me aside. I wasn't quit karate because I thought it's dumb, it's useless. What? Who really needs to hit boards all day? Then he talked to me and said some words. Of course, since I'm a crybaby, I like to cry a lot. So after I cried, but his words really stuck with me. Then I went back home. I tried to sleep, but I couldn't. The worst that I thought was to change.
The only opponent is in your mind. And that opponent is, example, maybe fear, maybe being sad, and many, many more. So, with that in mind, I try to change. I am not fully changed, yes, I admit. But I am changing. Now, I see karate as one of the things to help me be more disciplined. So, example, karate is one of the things that can help me be more disciplined, makes me change to be a better person. Not including with my friends, family, and many more. These are all different, very different things because one is about discipline, one is about having fun, and one is teaching you to be happy. Yes, they all are very different things. But to me, they all lead up to one road. They are like starting point from a mountain. Anywhere you are at, it's different. But in the end, once you climb up this hard mountain, you reach up to the one point at the top. That is how to change. So for me, don't just wait for a chance. Don't wait for a miracle. Be the change you want to see in this world. Thank you.
Thank you, Shivaya. I would like to invite Miss Uli to give the evaluation.
Okay. Take a deep breath, Sylvia. How do you feel after completing the stage?
Relief.
Relief, right? Yes, I can see your nervousness at the beginning. You're like, your pace is really fast, that we can really realize that you are nervous at the moment. But as the times go on, I think you more calm through the speech and it's getting better. And I think it's a good thing that you still show up and you still conquering the fear. And you can complete the whole speech, even give us the visualization. This speech is talking about your personal experience, about how to change. You want to tell us that change can be from anywhere. Like you take a character, and that's the starting point that you want to change. That it changed you and it shaped you to be a better you, right? And I like the way you putting it out like this. Change is not only from one thing; it's from another thing. Then you also speak clearly for today and a bit starter, maybe because you confuse what should you say after. Like you're catching a point then, right? But overall, the speech was really nice and I like to listen about that. And the thing that you can improve in the next speech is you can try to take a few deep breaths before you go upstage on stage. So you can a bit more calm down. And this speech is motivational, right? You want people to change, to think about, to change something from their mind after they hear your speech, which is have a good purpose. And next time, make it more stronger by telling them that this is it. And also for the story, you can directly go to the story. Okay, I will tell you two stories. One story is about me, and one story is about another person. You can go straight to the story to cut it short. Okay? Overall, well done, Sifario. Let's give a big round of applause for
Sifario, congratulations. Now you may raise
Okay,
Sorry.
yeah, thank you for being responsible. That was easy.
No worries. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we will have 1 minute of silence to continue to the next speaker.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the ninth speaker. Our next speaker today will level up from Lieutenant Colonel to Colonel. He represents the class of the 50, delivering a speech titled Smash the Limits. This speech will show us how innovation, dedication, and excellence can shape success in sports and beyond. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Raiden Chia. Raiden Chia, smash the limit, Raiden Chia. Your limit is 8 to 10 minutes. The stage is yours. Good luck.
Let me start by asking everyone here, have you ever played badminton before?
Yes.
But felt like your racket just didn't give enough power? Or your feet hurt just after a few games? Well, you're not alone. Many players struggle because they use the wrong equipment. But today, I'm going to show you how the right badminton rackets and shoes can totally change the way you play. You'll hit faster, move faster, and feel more confident in the court. Hello everyone, my name is Raiden Chia, and today I'm going to show you guys two of the best badminton equipment to play badminton. First is the Yonex 100ZZ racket, and second is the Yonex Atlas shoes. With these two combined, I think it's like a secret weapon because the racket gives you power and control, while the shoes gives you speed and comfort. Before I start introducing you to these two products, I would like to tell you a little bit of my own experience with it. First, for the Yonex 100ZZ racket. The Yonex 100ZZ racket is very light and it's very easy to smash with it. When I tried it in a match, it felt like a cheat code. And for the Yonex Atlas shoes, it's really comfortable. It's very soft in the inside, and the shoe is anti-slip. That's what makes it very comfortable. With both of them combined, it's like the most powerful combination. No one can stop you. Okay, let's start with the Yonex 100ZZ racket. The Yonex 100ZZ racket isn't just for professionals. It's for someone who wants to improve their game. The Yonex 100ZZ racket is made from HL graphite, so it's really light, only about 83 grams. That means you can swing faster, react quicker, especially during long rallies. Next, the head of the racket has an isometric shape, which increases the sweet spot. So even though if you don't hit the racket perfectly in the middle, you'll still get good power and control. Next, black micro core, a high-density stiff vibration damping material located at the top of the racket to give a more solid feel on impact and increases stability. Next, tungsten. The tungsten is placed on the top of the racket to give rotate. It's part of the racket's rotational generator system, which improves the racket rotational power for rapid continuous shots. Next, the slim shaft helps you swing smoother and faster, reducing error resistance. So you can smash harder and faster. Next, for the Yonex Atlas shoes. Many players forget how important shoes are, but it affects every step you take. These shoes include extra cushioning or true cushioning. These shoes include additional cushioning technology to provide more comfort and absorb the impact of rapid footwork. Next, lateral shell. This feature is installed on the outer area of the upper sole to prevent sliding of the edge of the sole. Next, true shape, ergo shape, an ergonomic design that provides more comfort and stability in the forefoot area. Insole. The insole is made from a very soft EVA inner sole, working with the midsole to provide a more cushioned feel and ensure that the insole is retained over time. Outsole. The outsole is made from rubber with a non-marking design, which provides the necessary high friction and grip for indoor hard surfaces. The hex grip pattern sole further enhances traction. Emotional appeal. Wearing the Yonex Atlas shoes makes you feel more confident with every move. You can stop, jump, turn, and smash all without worrying about your footing. So let me ask you guys, why should you choose Yonex 100cc record and Yonex Atlas shoes over other brands? Because it focuses on what really matters: performance, comfort, and quality. Other brands might look fancy, but these two are actually designed to help you improve your game. These two work together like a perfect team. The racket gives you power, the shoes give you comfort, and together they give you more wins. So if you are really serious about badminton, whether you're just starting or already playing tournaments, don't wait. Try the Yonex 100cc racket and Yonex Atlas shoes. For the price, it's really affordable. For the Yonex 100cc racket, it's 2.5 to 3 million rupiah. And for the Yonex Atlas shoes, it's 750,000 rupiah. But for today, I'm going to give everyone a 10% discount. They'll make your game more enjoyable, your movement smoother, and your shots more powerful. To win in badminton, it's not just about skill, it's about preparation. With the right rackets and shoes, you not just play, you're performing. So remember to smash harder, move faster, and play smarter. Choose Yonex 100cc racket and Yonex Atlas shoes. And remember to smash your limits.
Right, Renja, congratulations. Now we are going to continue to listen to feedbacks from Mrs. Lyra.
Thank you. Thank you, Brendan Chiang. How do you feel of your little brother performance?
Lack of preparation. I think.
Oh! Okay. Well, your brother has a high standard. Okay. Today, you are going to real stage as a lieutenant colonel, which you have a challenge of selling something, right? May I ask why you choose to sell these two products?
Because the products, I understand them, and I think it's like the easiest to sell.
Okay. You use them? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you like badminton. So it's a good thing that this is something you like and you believe, right? So it's a good thing you sell. And I love that you start first with a problem, right? Do you ever play badminton and you found out like your racket is not hitting hard enough, not enough power, example. So I like your own, right? It's so powerful and it directly gives the product as a solution. That is how good selling goes. You start with a problem, you give a solution. Then you also have a very convincing tone, right? As a seller. If you are a seller today and I close my eyes and don't look at you as you are not an adult yet, I might buy from you because you have a very convincing tone. Okay? Raiden, there are some things you can improve. Okay? This is a bit more technical. Yeah? When you share and when you want to sell something, when you give the features, it will break more nicely if you give directly more specific example of the feature. Example, when you say this shoes is anti-slip, instead of listing it as anti-slip, you can say something like, do you ever see a badminton tournament? You hear the professional players' shoes, when they run, they pre-flop and then the sound will like, chicken, chicken, chicken. Do you know why that happened? It's because we anti-slip. And we have the exact technology for this shoes example. So you sell by giving the relevant example for your potential market. Okay? Another part is it will be more convincing if you directly bring the products and shows us. Right? Now, but you don't have it.
The products are damaged.
Oh, because you use it often. It's okay. You can bring it. You see this? This is the proof I use this product. You see the image of how much I use it? Example. Yeah? It's about how you grab it. It doesn't have to be something new. Okay? It will convince us that you truly believe this product is true. Okay? And on another side, when you do performance, it's okay to do a mistake. Yeah? It's always okay to do a mistake. Now, the important part is not whether you are perfect or not, it's how you react to that mistake. Okay? What a good professional speaker will do when they do mistakes, they just move on. Yeah? Instead of addressing it like, can I respond? Oh, I'm sorry. Just move on. Because most of the time, the audience will not realize it's a mistake. Yeah, your brother is a pro at that. Let's see. So, when you make a mistake, just move on. Because we don't know your script, we don't know how much you prepare, you just have to run it as professional as it is. Okay? Overall, it's a solid performance rated. I would love, I agree, to see more preparation and more stronger delivery. Okay? Good job.
Thank you.
Let's give applause.
Thank you, Ms. Cecilia. And now we'll proceed to the 4 minutes of silence.
Okay, one more. Tiga-tiga aja. Oke. Siapa?
Right, ladies and gentlemen, now we are going to go on to the last speaker, the 10th speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, our final speaker today will level up from Newton and Cornell to Cornell. She represents the class of Galileo, representing a speech titled Live. Prepare to hear how quality, passion, and creativity can turn something simple into something extraordinary. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Celestia Chandiago. Celestia Chandiago, Lind, Celestia Chandiago. Your time is 8 to 10 minutes. The stage is yours. Good luck.
Imagine biting into a chocolate. The smooth, the sweet taste melting in your mouth, making you smile instantly. Because you know, chocolate has always been more than just a snack. It's comfort when you're having a bad day. You can have it as a little reward after you work hard. And sharing it with friends and family even makes it better. So, because every bite feels like a tiny moment of happiness. Before I continue, ladies and gentlemen, please raise your hand if you like chocolate. Wow, so many of you are the chocolate. And speaking of enjoying chocolate, I can say that chocolate is my little celebration whenever I've done all my schoolwork. And sharing with friends and family even makes it better. So that's why today, I want to introduce you to something really special about these 4 different chocolates from the same brand. So these 4 chocolates are from Lindt, a Swiss brand known for its premium quality. Even though they're all from the same brand, I'm sure that each chocolate offers a different taste, texture, and feeling. Now, let's start with the first chocolate. So the first chocolate is Lindt Swiss Thins, which only available in milk chocolate and dark chocolate. You can see there are white packaging. The white packaging is the milk chocolate flavor. For the gold packaging is the dark chocolate flavor. This chocolate comes in a box containing 48 delicate sweet thin chocolates with a total net weight of 125 grams. Each piece is very thin, which allows the chocolate to melt quickly on our tongue. For the white milk chocolate, has a smooth and creamy texture that tastes very pleasant and comforting. Meanwhile, for the dark chocolate version, it's come from high quality ingredients, including cocoa mass and cocoa butter, giving it a deeper and more intense cocoa flavor. Because of their delicate shape and beautiful packaging, I'm sure that this chocolate is perfect for sharing to someone special, someone you care about, or you can enjoy them as a snack for yourself. Now, for the second chocolate is Lindt Swiss Premier Assorted Napoleons. This chocolate is suitable for people who like different flavors because inside it got a variety of fine Swiss milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and white chocolate. Moreover, it even contains 38 pieces in the box. And you can see down here on the box it says 6 flavors, which means in this box it got 6 different flavors. And now you might be wondering, what are they? So there are Lindt Swiss Classic Milk, Lindt Swiss Classic Milk Hazelnut, Lindt Lindor Milk, Lindt Cresta Milk Crunchy Nougat, Lindt Cresta White Crunchy Nougat, and the last one is the dark chocolate. You can see that each chocolate is individually wrapped, that is perfect for sharing and even very convenient. This one is the best seller because this chocolate comes in an easy to carry gift box that is perfect, that is suitable for school events, birthday parties, gatherings with friends, and so many more. And I'm sure that this chocolate, or if you like milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and white chocolate, you will find something enjoyable like this. Now, for the third chocolate is Lindt Swiss Premium Milk Chocolate with whole hazelnuts. This is a 300-gram bar of milk chocolate that is made by Lindt, crafted with high-quality cocoa and milk. Now, what makes this chocolate special is the gently roasted whole hazelnut inside. They even add a crunchy texture that perfectly balances the smooth and creamy milk chocolate. You can see that this chocolate is a solid chocolate bar. So instead of just eating as a snack, you can melt it and use it as a topping for cakes, pancakes, ice cream, brownies, and so many more. Also, this chocolate is suitable for people who enjoy the mix of smooth and crunchy texture. So you can taste for yourself something enjoyable like this. Now, for the last chocolate is Lindt Lindor Assorted Chocolate Truffles. This is a 200-gram box which contains 4 different flavors. You can see down here, you got 4, right? For the chocolate packaging, it is hazelnut flavor. Red packaging is the milk chocolate. Dark blue is the You can see that each chocolate is wrapped like a candy, wrapped like, and each of them inside is like a round ball shape in this size, very small. But when we bite it in half, there will be a soft filling inside, like a melted chocolate. So it's so enjoyable. This chocolate is made using high quality ingredients, giving it a rich and balanced taste that many people love. Also, if you really enjoy this, then you can try this one. And not just for smiled a lot. I really like for all the speakers smile.
Facial expression is really good. Amazing. Smile. And the PowerPoint that she's using is really simple, elegant. It is what it is because there's a picture that shows the product and just a little simple of the product name and also the price. And that I think is enough. And also, by selling the products, you talk about the benefits of the products, which is really important because by telling the benefits, it shows that why we should buy this product, not the other brand. What makes this brand look more greater than the other brand? And you will be able to deliver that this is one of the best brands that people need to buy. And also the explanation and details is really great. I really like when I was saying about the gentle roasted caramel, smooth, creamy, and the price brands and the others. It was really great. Just one thing that I want you to improve is on the hand gestures. Make sure that your hand gesture is very open. Because when I look at your performance throughout the sessions, your hand gestures, your hands stick to your arms stick to the body part. You're not open enough to the audience. And most of the hand gestures just like this instead of like this. If you want to open, make sure you open it like this instead of like this. That's all.
That was easy. Now I would like to invite back Celestia to come on stage. And now we would like to listen to the evaluation by Miss Moody.
Okay, Celestia, that was a really good speech, selling speech. I like the way you look today. You look sharp and nice. I like it. And for the product itself, Lid, you convinced me to buy it as well. Because you make us imagining the chocolate before even talking about it. And you even ask a question to the audience, right? Do you like chocolates? And I think most of them, 99%, raise up their hands. That's a good move. Because you're convincing them that this is something you need to try because you like it. It worth the experience. And also this topic is really suitable for everyone because you not only bringing this product as a product, but you connect it with the feeling it gives. So it's not only, oh, this product is good, it's nice, it gives you a good feeling if you eat it. It gives you smile. So it's convincing enough to make people know this is not just a product, it can change your whole mood. That's a good point. And the way you bring this chocolate is you give why it's more better, is a good choice rather than the other brands out there. And you explain it well. You even put the slides on the products and their sample, their packaging that shows that it shows the exclusivity itself. And the thing that you can improve in the next selling speech, maybe if you want to really sell something, is the font. The font on your slides is match the aesthetic of your slides. But the font is too thin, and because it's italic, so it's not really visible enough for the audience, right? And then you can try to bring the product as well. Because I think when you bring it, and to show this is the packaging of this chocolate, that's why from the packaging itself, it shows more value than the others, right? So that's all for me. Cool job.
That was easy. Thank you, Miss Moody. Well, ladies and gentlemen, how are you feeling now that the real stage is finally over?
Happy.
Happy? Happy? Yeah. I'm also happy, and I'm sure that all of you are really because I am happy.
Sorry, Cheryl. That should be evaluated.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Right, sorry. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Cheryl back to get evaluated by Miss Cecilia. Ladies and gentlemen, Cheryl.
Thank you, Brendan. I know it's exciting to miss the rest. Okay, Cheryl, you look so posh today. Well done, right? I know it's not easy to evaluate people directly, right? Especially with the eyes of parents over here, right? I love that you give evaluation in a very specific manner, where you give direct example and you show which part of it that they are doing well and they need to improve. And you give a lot of confidence for the performance, especially when you evaluate the private level, as you know this is what they need in the beginning of the journey, right? So I love those things that you add in your evaluation. What you can add further, Cheryl, there are three things. Okay, the first thing is try to avoid the use of words but, because it can show a contrast of what they done well and what they need to improve. And we try to merge it as smooth as possible. Yeah, try to find another vocabulary such as I think some points of improvement you can do. Okay, so make it smoother. The second thing is try to summarize at the end again. Oh, for the points of improvement. I know you know about it, but I think you forget to apply today. No worries, just remember again next time. Yeah. And the last part is when you hold the note, yeah, instead of holding it with two hands, such as praying, it will be more elegant if you hold it by one hand, right? Just holding and MC too high. Okay? Then when you look at it, try to not raise it too high so you are like reading eye to eye, right? Just look at it downwards, then continue with your explanation. That's why in a small note, we always suggest to just put points in it so you can elaborate with it when you are on the stage. Okay? Is today you done a very well evaluation? Yes, it is. Okay, and I'm proud to see your performance today, and I'm excited to see your final performance later as a judge. Okay, good job, Cheryl. Let's give applause for
Thank you, Miss Cecilia. Yeah. Now I think it is almost done.
It's time.
It's time. Alright, so congratulations to all of the participants of Field Stage 47. But before we invite all participants to go on stage, we would like to invite Miss Sophia to announce a special offer. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Sophia.
Selamat pagi, Bapak-Bapak sekalian.
Pagi.
Perkenalkan, saya Mutia, CFO dari cabang Semana Asri. Tentu saja, Papa Mama yang berada di sini datang dari berbagai cabang yang berbeda. Ada yang datang dari cabang Sritura, ada yang datang dari cabang Center Point, maupun dari Semana Asri. Nah, seperti yang kita ketahui, real stage adalah ujian kenaikan level yang rutin diadakan oleh SMA1 untuk memastikan setiap anak yang berada di SMA1 memahami perkembangan. Setelah anak-anak menyelesaikan real stage, anak-anak akan mendapatkan PIN kenaikan level, sertifikat real stage, dan tentu saja report real stage yang akan dikirimkan oleh tim training kami dalam kurun waktu 1 minggu. Gimana sih cara papa mama bisa mengetahui progres anak-anak? Nah, papa mama sekalian yang ada di sini bisa langsung mengakses link Student Success Hub, yaitu link yang pertama kali diberikan oleh masing-masing CRO kami pada saat papa mama mendaftar anak-anak. Yang kedua, papa mama bisa mengikuti Parents Trainer Meeting yang diadakan rutin oleh SMA1 dalam kurun waktu 4 bulan sekali. Anak-anak yang mengikuti real stage hari ini tentu saja datang dari berbagai level yang berbeda-beda. Ada yang dari private ke surgeon ke lieutenant kolonel, hingga ke general. Untuk menunjang progres anak-anak, tentu saja anak-anak membutuhkan buku yang sesuai dengan level yang sudah dilewati. Yaitu ada 3 buku. Yang pertama buku Spring Project, yang dimana buku tersebut berisi tentang tata cara untuk melatih public speaking sang anak. Yang kedua ada buku Life Project, yang dimana berisi tentang tata cara manner sang anak. Dan yang ketiga ada diary book yang berisi panduan untuk masing-masing role di dalam kelas. Nah, spesial untuk hari ini, papa mama yang berminat ingin membeli buku, kita ada harga spesial yaitu sebesar Rp500.000 dengan harga normal di Rp600.000. Nah, bagi mama papa yang belum mengetahui apa aja nih program yang ada di SML1. Nah, untuk program yang ada di SML1, yang pertama itu ada apprentice class, yaitu program di mana berisi murid 1 sampai 2 SD. Yang kedua ada Orator Society Junior 3 SD sampai 6 SD. Yang ketiga ada Orator Society SMP dan SMA. Nah, di SMLO juga ada nih mama-papa program untuk profesional dan adult bagi mama-papa yang ingin belajar public speaking dan menguatkan public speaking lagi bisa mengikuti program adult kita. Ada speaking arena, public speaking untuk pemula, private mentoring, hingga training corporate. Di SMLO juga ada nih papa-mama bagi papa-mama yang ingin mengajak temannya atau kerabatnya, boleh juga. Bagi papa-mama yang mengajak dan rekan atau kerabat yang diajak akan mendapatkan potongan hingga Rp200.000. Nah, bagi mama papa, jika ada input dan feedback untuk SML1 bisa mengklik barcode atau link yang ada di sebelah kiri saya. Demikian informasi yang dapat saya sampaikan. Bagi mama papa yang masih ingin bertanya atau ingin membeli buku, bisa bertemu dengan saya dan rekan saya di meja praktis atau menghubungi masing-masing customer service kita. Demikian yang dapat saya sampaikan.
Now we would like to call Ms. Cecilia to come to the stage and present her certificates and the tips.
You should call the first.
Right. So the first speaker from private to surgeon. Congratulations, Surgeon Gavin Wijaya.
Yay! Good job. Now, surgeon, great. Here, I'll give it to you. Don't worry. Smile. Yeah. Your big face. See? Shiny, shiny. Let's take a picture, yeah? Please. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Lagi. 1, 2. Okay. Good job.
Let's give a round of applause. Next, the second speaker from private to surgeon from the class of Maxwell, Surgeon Modric Agusta Daruma. Alright, congratulations. Next, the third speaker from private to surgeon from the class of Maxwell, Surgeon Chloe Aurelia Kern. Alright, congratulations, Chloe. Next, the fourth speaker from private to surgeon. He is the class from Gigs. Let's welcome Surgeon Olson Artayo.
It's okay, I'll bring it to you. Come in. One last. Let's take a picture.
Alright, congratulations. Next, the fifth speaker from private to surgeon, coming from the class of Topaz. Congratulations, Surgeon Annabelle Adriana. Alright, congratulations. Next, the sixth speaker from private to surgeon. He represents the class of Obsidian. Ladies and gentlemen, Surgeon Valerie Legolas Chen. Alright, thank you, Miss Sophia. Thank you, Miss Cecilia. Now we would like to invite Miss Molly to come on stage to present the certificate and the pin. Alright, the next speaker from private to surgeon, he represents the class of Auckland. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Surgeon Shane Anthony Joseph. Alright, congratulations, Jane. Next, the eighth speaker from private to surgeon. He represents the class of Clinton. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Surgeon Silvario Sudijo. Alright, congratulations. Okay, congratulations, Silvario. Next, the ninth speaker, from Lieutenant Colonel to Colonel, he represents the class of Da Vinci. Ladies and gentlemen, let us just welcome Colonel Raiden Chiang. And congratulations, Raiden. Next, the 10th speaker, from Lieutenant Colonel to Colonel, she represents the class of Galileo. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just welcome Colonel Celestia Chang Diago. Congratulations. Next, we are going to call from Lieutenant General to General. She is the evaluator for today. Let us just welcome General Cheryl Anthony. Well, one more time, let us just give congratulations to all of the speakers. Right. Thank you all, our trainees, for their participations. Our judges, who I'm sure is going to give the best feedbacks for them to improve, and for the audience, parents and friends who comes here to support us today. We appreciate every single moment we have spent with everyone, and we will always remember this as our most memorable moment. Thank you, everyone. My name is Brandon Chia, and see you in the next drill stage. Bye-bye. Alright, we would like to invite all participants to take a picture with our judges today. Come on.
Bring your certificate as well.
Yeah, you can bring a certificate, yeah. Ya, yang tinggi di depan, yang lebih tinggi di belakang. Ya, ayo.
Remember ya?
Gak
We have
bisa
advance.
Yeah.
I want you to go to the front as well. Yes.
Okay.
So,
I think the cube was in front.
yeah. Gavin, and you here? Go to going down. Yeah, turun. Yes, Mojek. Hey. Mojek as well. Often juga. Radian juga turun. Ya. Teman-teman yang lain maju sedikit. Yes. Oke. Bisa sampai dapat semuanya. Saya di sana. Radian, you join.
I joined.
Yes. Of course. You can there, wherever you want. You want to stay with your brother?
Okay. Smile. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3. Boleh gaya bebas?
Okay. Free pose.
1, 2. Okay.
Video. Wait. Everyone gonna do yeah. SML1 making you better you. Yay. Who can help me to say SML1? Me. Okay. Make sure you are loud, yeah. SML1. Okay. Wait for Miss Alfie count. Hey. Okay. Let's go. Okay.
Okay.
Loud, ah.
1, 2, 3.
SML1.
Making you better you. Okay, good job everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Now, before we end up, before everyone leave this room, may I invite every one of you to fill in this two of the to scan these two QR codes and fill in the form. This is the parent certification, and this is the feedback for SML1 because we believe that feedback makes you better. Thank you, everyone.
Di mana di sini? Yang di sini
Yes.
Udah.
Read it.
Together.